We have the best processes in place. We're doing everything we can.
If you were restricted and you could only sell one Wise service or feature for the rest of the year, which one would it be?
Interesting. Wise Advantage. We saved 28 grand on one of our clients for just fuel cards.
We don't just give them the system and say, good luck, there you go. We offer complete ongoing support, like the system training.
What was your personal favourite Wise feature and why?
Great question, man.
Okay.
glad you asked that.
That's a great question.
The Trust ID integration, the ability to actually digitally check someone has legitimate work.
If you're individually sending bank transfers to those drivers every Friday, let's say, that is such a laborious task to have to do. Just a simplifying process of paying all those drivers in one go, I think that takes out all the manual effort.
Your prospects, clients, if you're watching this and you'd have received a Halloween, a skull.
Ring us back.
Please ring me up.
Alfred Tinsel.
What is the biggest misconception that people have about salespeople?
I'll hit and stop. I think,
As you mentioned, head of sales.
flex.
Look, I've been here for 4.5 years. I've been in sales for the last 10 years. I sold cars to begin with for 5 years. And moved into software sales. Loved it since.
This is the first software sales you've ever done.
Did software sales before.
What was that?
It was to do with actual R&D tax credits.
Okay.
Completely different to what we do right now. But yeah, enjoyed it. I enjoyed the types of clients we deal with.
Why is in this job? No, you enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, did it for 4.5 years now. So it's it.
Part of the furniture, isn't it?
It's flown by, mate. It's flown
This is
by.
actually you right here.
Been here a while, one of these chairs. What about yourself, man?
I'm a business development manager. Been here for 18 months now, I believe. 19 months. Just got a promotion recently. I can't shout to you, mate. Pretty much deal with the booking demos, doing demos, everything like that. Really love the place. I used to sell the water coolers that we have here, by the way.
Did?
Which is madness. I can't slate the company on it there. It's just mental. I've gone from selling that product to actually selling a good product.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm a sales development representative. I'd never done sales before this, and I went straight out of uni to this. So it's very different. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I thought I'd try something different.
Oh.
I didn't like it for the first 3 months.
Tell that how you can't say. I remember.
But I think there was a point in time where just like it clicked, and I like it now. And I really love the company. So yeah, my role is just to basically book the meetings for these two.
Very good. Amelia?
I'm Amelia, SDR as well. I've been here 10 months and I came with no experience. So thanks to you for taking a chance on me. But yeah, I love it and excited to see where it will go.
So what made you get into sales then? We'll start with you, Simon.
What made me get into sales? So I left university in America.
I was going to say, you never went to uni. It was
Might be that.
It's called college over there.
Yeah.
A little bit of a downgrade.
Oh,
But I was studying.
What were you studying?
I was kicking a football.
Okay.
That's all.
Wow.
Yeah, my uncle actually worked at Merck and he got me into sales there. That got me into sales and then 10
Not
years,
what you know, it's who you know.
absolutely, mate. 10 years later, I'm selling software. That's what got me in. We got you in.
You? I went travelling in Australia. Before that, I did lots of work in hospitality. Went travelling in Australia. Obviously, was backpacking, needed dough. So, started working in sales, selling gas and electricity. I did door-to-door sales, which was mental. Unless you're a female and you get given free stuff. And it's genuine by So I used to work in door to door. The girls would come back with the TV from one of the prospects. They'd go speak. I just get told to go away.
What were you selling?
Did they just say go away?
No, I can't tell you what they said. Gas electricity. So basically,
Everyone needs that, right?
I've also worked in gas electricity until we moved to water coolers and then came in. Yeah, so bit of a broad spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And
What's your best story from a physical knock on the door? What's the best one?
It's not a best story, mate. So
PG though.
Someone spat on me. Oh. Yeah.
God. I've got nothing to say.
No, that's yeah.
Can't answer that one.
That's your best story.
It does, but there's no really good stories.
Why did that happen?
Because they didn't like me knocking on the door. But as a girl, they come back with a TV. I'll get spat
I wouldn't
on.
be able to do that.
No, you would. You're a girl. Oh.
You'd come away with TVs.
I don't think I'd like to chance it, to be honest.
No, to be fair, I did go and have a couple of beers with some of the people in Australia. They didn't invite me in the house. I thought, that's a bit weird. Someone knocked on my door, but like, you ain't coming in.
Come in for a beer.
And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I'll easily led. And then, yeah, have a beer with them and then just leave.
So any clients watching, you know, when we knock on the depot and we go,
Yeah, do you want to go for a beer? Yeah. Or any potential prospects.
Lily, how'd you get into sales then?
I don't know. I kind of fell into sales because I didn't know what I wanted to do after uni, but I was looking for jobs for ages and I knew I wanted something where I knew I could progress.
What jobs were you looking for?
I thought I'd be good at like data analysis.
That's not you.
I did a couple in, but like, you know, you get like through a couple of stages.
What did you
where
do
I thought,
in it?
well, I did psychology.
Okay. What's that got to do with data? Sorry.
In my dissertation, like, well, I got a first in my dissertation.
Wow.
Everyone. So from that, I thought I'd be really good at analysing data. And then I did a week's work experience at an insurance company and I absolutely hated it. Yeah. And I was looking at all the data analysis and I thought, that's absolutely, it's so hard. It's like what Kay does. Like, there's no way that I'd be able to do it.
Well, Kada.
It's too difficult for me. So then I applied for a couple of sales jobs because I wanted something that I thought I could progress in. And I thought I'd be good at it. So that's really why I got into it.
I like the confidence.
Yeah.
But you're not good at
it. What about you?
I've always kind of wanted to be in sales, but I didn't really know how to get into it. So
why have you always wanted to be in sales?
My dad is in sales and I saw the rewards it kind of gives and the more work you put in, the better you get out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've always wanted to get into it and then I was going to go to uni and study economics, but I went travelling instead and kind of decided, no, I want to earn money straight away. I don't want to be in debt. So yeah, found Flourish, which we both went through and ended up here.
Shout out Flourish.
Shout out Flourish.
We're actually looking for 2 replacements.
See ya.
Right, so the next thing is to talk about how the team actually functions. So to the outsider, sales sounds quite broad. Yeah. So how do our roles really differ from each other?
I think you two should start with it.
Okay. So we kind of start off the whole part of the sales cycle. So we will prospect, find leads, find any companies to self-employed drivers, cold call them about 20,000 times before they pick up. Email, LinkedIn, Vidyards, etc. So that's what our day-to-day kind of consists of. And then we pass it over to Tom and Simon.
What do you think the most successful outreach type is?
I think calling.
Calling.
So,
Unfortunately.
Straight to the point, yeah.
So yeah, basically my job, I still outreach myself. I do say a lot of prospecting. The girls have been very busy and booking lots of demos for me. So it's now predominantly just demoing and trying to get basically the sales closed. And then if I have to pass it over to the big man, the boss line.
The big head of sales.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think my role has kind of progressed through the entire process. I think my first year I spent, I'd say 80% of my time on the phones.
That's exactly the same as me last year.
Just grinding the phones and trying to find new opportunities, and kind of slowly the percentages has moved. I think I've only booked about 3 meetings this year.
Is that
optimistic?
That was mine anyway.
So yeah, in terms of my role, I'm obviously making sure the team operates how it needs to, closing a couple of the sales and
Like couple, mate. Come on.
some more.
Put yourself down.
Bringing on some new business, mate.
How do we compliment monitor? Like, so obviously we offer support all the time. So, but then if we have a deal that's struggling to basically close, I'll always come to you. You'll put a look, it's checking call.
Yeah, I mean, I always like to just follow up with an opportunity and just make sure that the team have looked after them.
Has
And
Tom looked after you?
These are supposed to be genuine calls, don't do that.
do they understand what they've had explained to them? Do they understand the presentation? Do they have any questions? Because there might be a scenario where they'll say to you, yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
But they know you too well. They've spent 2-3 hours with you.
There has been a scenario like that.
And whereas I pick the phone, they don't know who I'm there. They go, oh yeah, actually, Tom, I don't quite get the products, or I don't quite get how the system works. So it gives me an opportunity to touch base and just kind of introduce myself and handle any questions.
That's when the deal finishes.
Absolutely. And it complements quite well.
It does, yeah.
But it starts with, obviously, with Lily and Amelia finding the opportunities, and then sometimes there's times where you'll then help them out with making the booking happen.
Following it up.
Or we even help each other. Like if there's somebody that's not answering me, they've blocked my number.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, it does happen a little bit, but we help each other. So like you'll ring people for me to get them back in.
Yeah,
but it does work, I think.
It's good.
It's just hearing from different people.
We've got a lot of, like, he's the eldest here. So
Quite
we've
obviously.
got a lot of experience in different areas, so we can always help each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And SK's been here for 17,000 years. Like he knows a lot. He
Like,
is the granddad of the whole company.
Fantastic. Thank you.
So he's got a lot of expertise that he shares with the rest of us. Obviously, when me and Amelia joined, well, for me, I didn't know anything about the last mile logistics sector.
Still don't.
No,
I
not
still don't, apparently. But SK's expertise, and Tom's really.
oh yeah, thanks. Just keep.
It's just because he's been
Yeah.
it's just because he's been here for a little bit longer. But he knows like the Amazon industry like the back of his hand. So I think that really helps us out.
So basically, just walk us through, like, when we come into the office, like we have an office day, what's the first hour of the day like?
The first thing we do is probably go and grab a Cafe Nero as a team.
Yeah, I think for me, look, I've worked in environments where 8 o'clock, you have to, first of all, you've got to be there bang on 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Which I don't agree with, because
That'll be 2 hours late.
that'd be good for them. Everyone's got to travel. All of us have got to travel nearly an hour to work, sometimes a little bit further.
An hour and a half.
And we don't have a set time. We have a flexible time, whether you start between 8 or 10 and then you finish slightly later. But that first meeting, the second you walk through the door, you're never at your best.
No.
I like to start our day with walking over to coffee shop.
Shout out Cafe Nero. And Vitality as well.
I don't
Yeah.
think we've ever paid for a coffee from that.
Another work perk. Cafe Nero through Vitality, absolutely. So we walk over, we'll mull over the stories of the weekend. Sure.
Cool. That's the best part of the day, to be fair.
Bit team bonding.
Absolutely. But it just means that we can kind of get out the chit chat of the weekends and go and get a coffee in a relaxed environment. And then when it means we get into the sales meeting at 9 o'clock on a Monday morning, we're all ready to hit the ground.
Right,
Yeah, it feels less regimented. Like it's nice to be able to chill a little bit.
As you said, I've worked in jobs where basically you come in at 8 a.m. and you're straight to a meeting like that. Like, what are you doing today? Like, you have to plan your whole day. It's he's right.
I've done both, where you've had to be really like, in at 8 o'clock, ready to talk about all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. What calls are you making today?
Yeah.
Like,
And we still do that, but it's so nice to have the like relax before.
nice for you.
It's really nice.
I feel like we get better results out of a day when
I agree.
we're all kind of calm for the first hour of the day.
Not put
Yeah.
pressure on each other.
Not too much pressure, not too intense, but then the second we get into that meeting, we're all ready to get going.
We're locked in.
So that's what sets me
Locked in. You haven't been locked in since now. So, in terms of talking about different teams here, how's collaboration with marketing or account management work beyond the scenes to basically make sure the client's experience is seamless? So when we're bringing on a client or like trying to get a client on board, how's that work with account management and marketing?
I think in terms of marketing, I think we're really close with marketing girls. So it's any ideas we ever have or anything new we want to maybe bring to the table, we feel comfortable to do so, whether that's between us four going to the marketing girls or maybe just us two. I think it was really good that we have such a close relationship and feel comfortable to be open with marketing, also account management, but I'll pass that on to you.
Yeah, I mean, just when we work closely with account managers to bring on the new accounts, I mean, they support the clients and the drivers in all sorts of ways. Like they go out to the depots. But how would you say that we really tie in together.
All right.
I think just bringing it slightly, I think when you ask the question about what got you into sales, but also joining Wise, I think the opportunity to have your stamp on what we try and do and the ability that we can make a difference on some of the things that we try and do. Whereas you join some certain companies and it's kind of a
You like just a number.
You do your goals, you do your numbers, you do your stats, you do your hours, and you go home. Whereas here, it's anyone can have a decent idea and we'll mull it over.
Yeah.
You said to a new starter earlier, Ted, shout out Ted, basically said any idea is a great idea. I will always take that head. And shout out to CTM, EV, marketing, Naya. They bought some fantastic campaigns to help out with the marketing. There's got to be prospects we have got hold of. So same with account manager, like the whole company is really close, bonded together. It's such a cheesy thing to say, and I'm going to cringe when I have to watch this. But it is close knit.
Didn't you send out a Valentine's letter, mate?
And Alfred Tinsel as well. I don't know what you're on about. I'm not going to say.
I think we should talk about this. You send a lot of stuff out.
Yeah.
Tom, let us know what you sent out, mate.
Embarrassed now.
So shout out to the marketing girls again. I'll keep shouting her out. Coming to the marketing campaign. Yeah. I didn't know you were.
It's not like this when you're not in the room.
It's like this. It's me. So I was part of a new campaign. To clip that. So it's called the 100th campaign. Prospects, clients, if you're watching this and you'd have received a Halloween, a skull.
Bring us back.
Please bring us back.
Alfred Tinsel. Basically, CTM and marketing has come up with a genius idea where we're going to focus on more personal marketing stuff. So instead of just doing normal outreach, like emails, LinkedIn calls, which people get hundreds of a day. Like,
they just delete them.
People ring me up and they're like, F off, please. Like, I've done this job. You got no chance, all right? So, okay. Whereas this is going back to old school. That's receiving stuff in the post.
Yeah, and I think people like getting
it's more personal.
Yeah, exactly.
We did. Started off with Halloween. Fantastic. We sent a kilo of sweets. And a skull, I believe, which is quite morbid. I thought it was Halloween. Or a picture of Wheeler. That would have scared him.
That would have scared him off more. Yeah, thank you.
And then Christmas, we sent something with a letter that said from Alfred Tinsel and then my name underneath it. So I was answering prospects saying, this is Alfred Tinsel. Tom Kerr. And then also sent Easter egg out. Love hearts for Valentine's. We had to smash the egg with a hammer.
The heart.
Yeah, smash the heart, sorry. And then Easter eggs. But just genius marketing. And
it has opened the door quite a lot of times for us, hasn't it? Because I've never been able to get through to prospects before from calling, emailing, and they'll see something in the post and it's just so much easier.
It's completely different to what they like.
Yeah,
as we said,
something different.
Yeah, LinkedIn message, like everyone gets LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Like people asking about jobs every day. Like,
exactly.
Do one, mate.
I also think it's rare for maybe like an SDR in a different company to put ideas forward. It might just be like people higher up, or we're lucky there's four of us, so we can really put forward what we think. Or...
Exactly, yeah. And like everyone's, as I said, like no idea is a bad idea.
No,
like,
exactly.
And I think the marketing team, they're so clever in what they're doing, creative.
Including this podcast.
Yeah.
Another good.
Well, a great team needs a great product to sell. I don't really classify it as selling it because it's such a good product, easy product to sell, and everyone's a win-win in terms of what we do.
I think for me it's more education. It's an education as to why they should.
Why they need,
not
use it.
selling as to why they should. It's
not
such a different thing. Selling cars back a day, it used to be like a sell the feature of that car.
But mate, people
whereas now it's so different.
You say selling cars, people always come in, if they come to a garage or where you work, they always want a car. I had to ring up schools like, oh, do you want this water cooler? Like, why is it different? It does the same water. What's better about it?
Yeah. Is that really difficult?
Yeah. But I'm still good at it, don't I?
Just amazing.
The water's much better, yeah. So, that's okay. You've been here, you've known the platform better than we do. You've seen it from every angle. Okay. What was your personal favourite Wise feature and why?
It's a great question, man.
Okay.
Glad you asked that.
That's a great question.
Favourite line.
Yeah.
I've got, look, there's a few things I could pull out. But if we're talking about the system, I think the payment plan functionality. I think there's a lot of scenarios where we meet a prospect and they'll say that they're deducting a self-employed driver for damaging a vehicle or driving over someone's fence, whatever it may be, and they owe them £1,000 for deduction, but they have no clear way of how much they're going to take per week.
Yeah.
The driver has no idea how much they've paid so far.
The driver will just leave.
The driver just leaves. There's all sorts of things in place, but the payment plan. I said it again. Payment plan.
You're planning it, yeah.
Plan. The functionality itself, it makes it transparent for both parties.
Mate, I had a demo yesterday, and he basically didn't do any deductions because I've put in like drivers on that. I think the drivers wouldn't turn up. Like, and I showed him, he was like, "It's going to make my life so much easier." That's why you come.
I think it helps them off their bottom line, because there definitely are some prospects that we meet that don't deduct off their drivers,
which is mental,
because they have no processes in place to be able to deduct from.
So you think they're just too scared to even?
Yeah, because if they like say to the driver, "I'm going to take,"
They'll just leave.
You've got no transparency about how you're going to see this. Like, but on the Wise app, they got the 9 photos. The driver sees it all. And
it literally cuts out any questions that Wise has come off the invoice.
Yeah,
so I'd say that would be one of them. I think one of the most recent releases that we've done is the Trust ID integration.
What's that for?
For the right to work. So the ability to actually digitally check someone has legitimate work.
Why do we need that?
Obviously, to engage someone to work in the country.
No, but I mean, like, why Trust ID? These are great questions, Tom.
Fantastic questions, Tom. Obviously, look, the legislations that have come in, it's more important than ever that we're checking that the people that they're engaging to provide services to them, that they have a legitimate right to work in this country. Now, a lot of companies that we meet, a lot of prospects that we meet, they have drivers that send them a WhatsApp photo of a passport. It's blurry, and they go, "Yeah, that'll do. Happy day."
Couple of clients of it.
We actually met with someone in the last couple of weeks that said that they check someone's driving license as their right to work in this country. Now, anyone can get a UK right to work, a UK driving license. Sorry, it's actually a requirement that if you live in the UK for longer than 12 months, you can't drive past that 12-month period without a UK license. No. So someone may have come over with a share code and have been here for an extended period of time, but their UK license wouldn't be their right to work in this country. So the exposure to getting this wrong.
What are the penalties?
So look, if they get a right to work document wrong, it can carry up to £60,000 fine. But it's not just that. If they knowingly use someone with an illegitimate right to work, it now carries a criminal offence as well, up to 5 years imprisonment. So the penalties that these companies can now face is a lot more serious than it may used to be.
Before, we had a client, we found out they're giving depot storms, aren't they?
Yes, I think there was a stat that was put out the other day by our fantastic marketing team that you mentioned. There was a flyer.
Where is she?
There was 17,500 enforcement storms.
Mental.
I think.
You've seen it, mate, when we've gone for food for lunch and there's people
Delivery
drivers approach them on the bikes.
Outside Tesco.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So it is happening. So the Trust ID functionality, it protects businesses, and it kind of gives them a bit of a golden bullet of, we have the best processes in place. We're doing everything we can.
So not only do they get the whole compliant platform, they get the Trust ID checks.
Absolutely. So they're matter.
All right, fair.
Well, Tom, if you were restricted and you could only sell one Wise service or feature for the rest of the year, which one would it be?
Interesting. Because we're that good, I don't reckon there's only one. There's 2 I want to mention, so I was going to bring it back onto Wes. But I'll start with this one. So it's something we bought out. I'm going to shout them out. Okay. One of them's DR and EW as well. Bought out, came up with Wise Advantage.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
So, because the amount of clients and businesses we have, it's like over 1,500, is it?
Yeah.
So we've been able to create a marketplace for our clients that they get fantastic rates on things such as van insurance, cheaper vans, fuel cards, a new instant reporting thing for drivers. Am I allowed to say the company's names?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I'll read them up. So, Underwood, Care Fuel, HRIV. Oh no! Dixie. There's auto glass as well. So,
There's loads on
50% off your windscreen. So honestly, so not only the fact that the clients are getting all the compliant platform, like streamline your payments, onboarding, etc. They're actually saving thousands of pounds. We saved 28 grand on one of our clients for just fuel cards.
Yeah.
And I think that's what sets us apart, isn't it? Because
I think it's another USP for.
Well, it's like the biggest one, and then the other one I was going to talk about is compliance. So, I don't think people realise how much of a big aspect compliance is in this industry. So, if you haven't got compliance, you won't have a business. So, we've got decades of compliance, self-employment compliance experience. Which I'm sure Darryl will like me saying decades of self-employment compliance experience. But there's companies that
Easily 50s, mate.
that's real.
Oh. All the same, yeah.
We spoke to a client, a prospect yesterday, who had self-employed drivers for 11 years, and they're not getting to re-sign SLAs, which is mental.
Madness.
So we do a compliance call, we'll review everything. Like, I think it's the biggest, your first, if you haven't got compliance, you won't have a business. Like our compliance value is worth at least 10 grand on the high street or something.
Look, I think we see all ends of the spectrum on compliance. We see some companies that think they're doing it really well.
Yeah.
But then when we get into a meeting with them, we ask them a few usual questions, and all of a sudden I think they think we're not quite good.
We've scared them away though. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
There has been some opportunities where we tell them too much on compliance, they go, I'm nowhere near that block.
Yeah.
Never ring
Wrong the other way. I think we're going to rat them out.
Which feature usually gets the biggest wow from prospects?
I think there's loads, but I think that from the prospects we usually speak to, I think, let's say you've got 200 drivers, for example, and at the moment you're doing everything manually. If you're individually sending bank transfers to those drivers every Friday, let's say, that is such a laborious task to have to do and so tedious. So I think just a simplifying process of paying all those drivers in one go, I think that takes out all the manual effort.
You're on a call, someone says it's got 200 drivers. Where is it that gets them hooked in?
I think if they're doing things manually like payments, I think that is the key one. I think onboarding, that's great, and expiry hub, all of that is really good. But I do think payments streamlines their whole process, and they'll get back maybe 4 hours of their day on a Friday.
And also it takes out that risk of manual error, because we've seen it before where clients have sent...
Oh, my sausage for 55.
Yeah, but like clients have sent, before using us, a driver like, what, 5 grand for the week.
Yeah.
And the drivers select it.
Yeah. So it just removes that manual error. But I also think, to go off what you said about compliance, when I'm on the phones with prospects, I think when they don't have an SLA in place, when they don't have vehicle hire agreements in place, and they don't realise the importance of not having those, I think that's a big wow factor.
Massive,
Because I think just even being able just to teach them about it, they're like, I didn't even know that.
Actually, that's good because we talk about it, we know everything. So
Exactly. It makes us look better.
I think there's a few things that tie in both points, actually. So the actual element of compliant payments.
Yeah.
There's a lot of companies that are, first of all, wasting how much time manually paying all their drivers. However, in the same way, they're self-billing those drivers, so they're raising the invoices on behalf of the drivers.
Yeah.
They're probably not getting self-billing agreements signed.
If they have, are they getting it re-signed every time?
Are they getting it re-signed? Are they following a legitimate process? Probably not, most of the time. So it just ties in really well. I think both areas save.
It's just cutting all the way out for all the clients, like protecting them. It's a bit of a no-brainer.
There's so many things that they won't think about. Like,
there's so many loose ends in this industry that they could trip them up on.
Absolutely.
So, if the prospect is currently using a competitor, which feature basically wins them, gets them back, or brings them from?
I personally think normally Wise Advantage, I know you've touched on it already, but I think carrier introduction is a massive one, because I don't think maybe some of our competitors have the relationships we do with people like DPD, etc. So I think that is a major one, the fact we can help you streamline your operations, help you save money through Wise Advantage, but then the added benefit of carrier introductions to help you grow and earn more money at the end of the day.
Doesn't on the fact that you said this when you spoke to some of your clients that you bought on all your eggs in one basket. So if you lose that contract, you got nothing else.
We've seen it time and time again. So we've had some clients that have relied on one contract. Recently, yeah, absolutely. So there's some clients that have won a contract. They're quite decent contracts. They've ran them for a few years, but if that end parcel network doesn't like your operation, look, it's self-employment at the end of the day. They're a subcontractor, so they can disengage. I think some of the notices are within a week. So all of a sudden you're running a multi-million-pound operation.
Your whole life
And then they've got no
just going down the drain.
So some of the best companies that we engage with are the ones that they do have multiple contracts.
Yeah.
Big diversified.
So we do have that ability where the relationships we have, now look, it works for all parties, doesn't it? Because the parcel networks want to engage compliant, good operators. Our clients want to grow and generate more revenue, and we want our clients to grow. So it works for the entire model.
How do the parcel networks know that these potential people are compliant?
Oh, because that's another great question. Now, look, the only reason that these parcel networks take on our vouch for these businesses is because they utilise our services. They know that they're getting compliant webinars. They know they're getting brought up to speed with the latest legislations that are changing. They know they're going to have had service level agreement reviews. They know they're onboarding drivers in a streamlined, quick, compliant way. So who would you rather give work to? Someone that goes through the Wise process or someone that they're not aware of? So if you've got 20 routes coming out of Bristol, would you rather use someone that you don't know or someone that's already in the Bristol region that uses Wise?
Yeah,
so
no-brainer.
it worked. Do you know what? It's been a really good feel factor for me, actually, is I've seen some of my clients that I've got great relationships with that I've seen them grow and I've seen them benefit from the introductions.
You brought them on, I said they got 30 drivers, now they've got about 100.
It's just a great feeling. They also get me a drink when I see them.
Strategic.
I've made a few drinks, actually. Shout out whoever owes me a drink.
So we've spoken about the tech. Let's talk about how we help our clients. So once a client is interested, how would you say, Tom, that we help them to map out Wise to fit their current setup?
Lot of ways we go about this, to be fair. So we'd have found out the initial onboarding or the initial conversation we have, what the need is for us. So there's terms of compliance. There's a lot we do. We offer semi support. So first steps would be a compliance call once we've started implementing the system. So this is where we spoke about the whole compliance. Simon said we'll do the SLA reviews, service level agreement if you don't have one, guys. Okay. Basically advise on any policies we have. We'll even do like depot visits, onboarding. So this is where the account managers come into their own. So we'd actually, since they've got multiple contracts, we can create bespoke onboarding journeys so we can differentiate from that. So instead of saying they're doing it manually at the moment, they have to collect different stuff, store it elsewhere, you're all allowed to store it on one thing. So we offer ongoing support everywhere. It's a bit of a vague question, to be fair, but it's just never-ending support. So compliance, onboarding, we'll go to the depots, we'll see them, we'll speak to the drivers, we do driver meets, we'll turn up with some Krispy Kremes for the drivers, or basically anything to engage with them. So Simon, you've been to loads of depot visits.
I've been all sorts. Yeah, I've been all over the country. I took about 120 quid's worth of Greggs to Newcastle.
Oh, in Newcastle, Greggs? No way.
Oh, what's this? Now you mentioned a really good word earlier, which was bespoke. So when you talk about how we help implement this software into businesses, these systems are so configurable that no two businesses are the same. So we'll meet one company that has a contract with APC overnight, and the next one has one with AO or DX or whoever it may be. We're able to configure their systems completely around their needs and their requirements.
Exactly, yeah, mate. Even if they don't have a contract with, say, an end carrier, they've got bespoke contracts and they collect.
Yeah.
Oh, shot on a demo. Oh, if you need to collect a shoe size, we can actually collect that, which is like...
It's always a terrible example.
Mate, why
It's
is it on
good though,
there?
because but I think it shows that you can collect literally
You
anything.
can collect this image. Like,
Well, I think a lot of our trade plate businesses, they like to collect photos of a driver's driveway
yeah.
to understand that they can park one of their vehicles overnight, etc.
Is that for insurance purposes?
I think insurance, but also just the capability that the car's safer off the road, on the road. So yeah, that's
and it's just completely like, so we don't just, I always say this on a demo, we don't just give you the demo, give you the platform like, oh, here, good luck with it. We have field account managers, like us four, like we engage with, like, even the clients. Someone ring me the other day after they were supposed to submit pay, saying, can you push this payment through for me? I've been busy all day. I was like, yeah, of course we can. So we're on the phone whenever. Like, people don't realise, this is about a misconception about sales, we are working in like half 11 at night and stuff like this. So this, we offer ongoing support, like onboarding. We're flexible in terms of how we onboard, everything like that.
I think a client rang me in the pub the other day.
Well,
And I
what, 2 o'clock?
It was like a Saturday, something daft.
Probably getting a haircut.
Get me a haircut. But he asked me to do something on the system because we've all got it on our phones. We're able to sort what we can. But
I've had it where I've been downstairs with my kid at 12:30 at midnight, and this is one of the prospects clients we brought on. I've been messing with 12:30 at midnight, like just past midnight, since I've never speak to them. I was like,
yeah, it's not a 9 to 5 business.
nah, I wish it was. And it's for everyone else. But,
Maybe the marketing's part of it.
yeah.
But I do think that ties quite nicely onto the next question, which is for the less tech savvy clients, how do we support them with the actual technical setup? And I think from what you were saying, we don't just give them the system and say, good luck, there you go. We offer complete ongoing support, like the system training. And I know the account managers would do, and like literally as many system training sessions as needed.
And that also ties into, say, there's not even less tech savvy, so say none. We've learned this industry, like English or set of a demo, is probably not predominantly the first language for a lot of people, even our clients.
Yeah.
And not a lot of the drivers. So we've got customer service teams, shout out to them. They do some hard work, but this is where they come in. They help out the onboarding. Same like less tech savvy or not being able to understand the platform. The customer service will come in and speak to them. We'll give them a call.
And I think each department is so knowledgeable. Like any one of us would be able to help with a rollout. Do you think? Not me. Bar me.
Been bar us.
Okay, so with onboarding, obviously it involves covering compliance and regulations, which is obviously a minefield to some. So how do we help prospects navigate that boring but really important stuff?
Like, I think it's a really interesting topic. So I think I've become quite sad.
I think you have
We
to.
started it. We've always been sad.
I quite enjoy talking about it because I see, because I've learned so much around. Look, before I joined here, I barely even knew what self-employment was. But I've lived in it for 4.5 years now, and I've learned how something should be operated versus quite a lot of the meetings that we have and how they actually do it in practice. And there's a clear difference.
When you were talking about compliance with prospects on the demo, you're not saying it to try and get them as a deal. You're actually saying it to protect them as a business. You're giving them your advice. You say, even if you don't use us, please go do this.
I literally said one yesterday.
Which is bad. I just sign this now. I'm probably this.
From a sales perspective, if they knew that I was saying that, they'd be like, what are you saying?
That's what I'm like now. Like, why are you doing that?
Genuinely, like, I want them to look after their businesses and make sure that they're operating in a certain way, that they don't get shut down or liquidate because of status claims that get brought to them. So I actually say on some of my meetings to say, look, if you don't want to use us and you don't see the benefit in it, just make sure that these 20 things that you've just told me you do terribly,
Fix them.
have a look at them. Yeah.
I think
And we can solve them straight
you
away.
can scare them as well. So whether they use us or they actually go away and fix it themselves.
Well, then they're thinking,
It's
how
something
am I
that
going to
needs
go
fixing.
find this and fix this? Why don't I just use that?
Yeah,
Well, I think that's the
exactly.
difference. I've met some people that they have seen the value in, not what we do because they weren't aware of us, but they see the value in trying to be compliant. They'll then take it to a local solicitor who will charge them 5-6 grand for just a contract.
Yeah.
When we include that as part of our services.
And we've picked out a layers of part that a solicitor's done.
I've seen some terrible.
Yeah.
I've seen some terrible ones that have come from a pretty generic.
That cost £5
One that we bought on is like, I'll just pay $4 grand for this SLA, and then we're doing a compliance call, like, ooh, wow,
There was notice periods in there.
There's
There was all sorts
yeah.
of stuff in there that just would trip up a potential status claim. So
It might be boring, but it's the most important aspect in this industry,
Yeah,
in my eyes. Right. And also, you'll get darrelled. So.
now, Daryl, I've got to elaborate on that. Daryl lived and breathed compliance for the last. How old is he now? 50?
You said 55, didn't you?
Nah, Daryl's great. He's done self-employed compliance across both construction and final mile logistics.
So knowledgeable.
He knows pretty much everything there is to need to know.
Yeah.
And we've added Chrissy for the last year and a half.
Yeah, is it Doctor of Law?
Doctor of Law. I'm going to put it on my LinkedIn. Just steal it.
Doctor of Unlaw.
I've had situations as well where I've needed to give maybe a prospect some compliant advice, or they haven't used us because they've chosen to do something else.
Yeah.
But I've been like, just to let you know, and I've reached out to Chrissy or Daryl and said, I need some information on this so I can feed it back to a prospect.
Yeah.
So even if they don't use us, they're aware of the risk.
Which is amazing. Like, we don't have to do that.
No,
like, like the prospect, like whoever it is, really appreciates that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it with a client we spoke to earlier. I told you about potentially coming on. He was asking for a VHA. It wasn't even a client of ours. I was like, yeah, we'll look to get for that.
We sign him up.
We signed it today. So.
Okay, good. Yeah. We're not good. Can't join.
But yeah, shout out Chrissy, shout out Daryl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so can we share an example of a time that the team went beyond the standard rollout to help get a client set up?
We should get him in here for this, really.
Yeah, we actually should. I think we're all thinking of the same thing.
Yeah.
There's
There's loads.
you know, there's so many scenarios where the entire team, myself,
When he took Mario's.
I took Matt. So yeah, you know what? I got a couple of examples for this. There was one of our clients that were onboarding. They said that one of their depots in Oxford was predominantly Romanian, and their English wasn't very good. And I said, well, great news. I've got a chap called Marius again. Shout out Marius.
Newly married Marius.
Newly married.
Congratulations.
And the missus.
Yeah, definitely congratulations to you.
I took Marius to the depot with me, and I pretty much sat back and didn't do anything. So they
Normal, then, it?
most days,
Doesn't
most
really
days,
do
mate. But the fact that we have the ability to bring someone that can speak their local language, it just went a really long way.
This is a funny one.
There's another one. One of our account managers, he's a great guy, bad golfer.
Supports this awful football team.
Supports terrible team.
Awful accent.
So Sheffield Wednesday are the big team of Sheffield.
Yeah.
He supports
Sheffield United.
Dan Pegg, our mate Dan Pegg, he willingly organised a depot
I'll say
rollout.
willingly. We forced it.
So the first bit was very willing.
Yeah.
He organised this depot rollout, and now they were. So bearing in mind that he lives near Barnsley or Huddersfield way. Barnsley. He drove all the way up to Newcastle, which is a good hour and a half, 2 hours, to go and meet a client at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, to go and roll out the software to the drivers and explain how the system works and how the products work. So look,
Another one I just thought of. Doing 1 a.m. rollouts. Modern
milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That
another one
was
of our clients.
Darren and Chloe. Shout out Fowler, God's sake. Ethan, sorry.
Not Fowler anymore.
Yeah.
Eaton.
Ian Mess. Sorry, Claire. I'm joking. And yeah, shout out. We're doing 1 a.m. rollouts.
Yeah.
They're milk delivery drivers. So that's just some of the stuff we do. We can cater to anything. So I can't link that in with the milk then. Milk delivery catering.
That's terrible.
I like it.
This isn't
Here
just.
for
I get asked this question quite a lot actually. This isn't just can I have a username and a password and.
I always say this.
It really is it's essentially a managed service where if they need advice from compliance, if they need advice on how the system works, or if they've got a slightly difficult driver that doesn't understand X, Y, Z, that they've got that constant support from an account management team that, again, they're field based. You mentioned Ted earlier. We've noticed a slight gap in the map on obviously the country as to where we can facilitate. And look, we've always been down in this region, but Zach, again, shout out Zach.
Shout out, Zach. Well,
Zach has had to travel from best part of Cardiff all the way down to Bournemouth, which is 4 hours
from a dump to a nice place.
just to go and see obviously clients, and
then he gets around the golf in there.
he does get a game.
I was just going to mention this because
He definitely does.
they get all the actual support with the system, but I think also we have such a great relationship with our clients. Like you guys went to Aintree a couple of weeks ago.
Races as well.
Cheltenham races.
That's not all of our time.
Tom and SK get taken to the nice client events. We don't get
You got
invited.
to earn your stripes first, to be fair.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What do I have to do?
Chloe's been here for like 9 years, so she's earned a few of the.
I knew.
Yeah. She was drinking water at 10:30 on the train, on the bus to Cheltenham. In the morning, by the way.
Yeah.
But no, I think I do agree. It's not just a login. It's not just a username. It's
It's not a community.
you get a field account manager come out and actually have that face-to-face interaction, put face to the name. Plus, we like to do regional client events. Is it the next one a golf one?
Next
Play conveniently.
I don't play golf.
No, you don't play well.
I turn up with a set of clubs and just do my best.
Again, one that's not tailored to me and Amelia.
Play golf then?
We don't like golf.
No.
Oh,
I'd be useless at golf.
Same as your jobs.
We can live with that.
Keep that in.
So yeah, this is how we have clients out. Just take them out on the rat. So
Absolutely.
Right, we'll do some rapid fire questions. What would you three say that?
why can't you answer this?
Because I'm the host, so I'm the host. I've got the iPad and I'm the host. So I want each of you to say one word for the Wise sales.
One word each?
culture. One word each, please.
One word each.
I'll go last.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go outgoing. I think we're all very yeah.
Yeah, we all like that going.
I'm going to say unfiltered.
Yeah.
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 Passionate.
Passionate.
Oh, that's cute. I agree.
That one.
I like that word. No, absolutely.
The next question. What is the biggest misconception that people have about salespeople?
Oh, I'll take this one. I think when I tell people I work in sales, they're like, "Oh, you could sell this pen to me." I've had that so many times.
Yeah.
And I think it's not just as easy as selling a pen. You have to have something that actually you can see a solution to help somebody else. I don't think it's as easy as to sell me that cut, sell me that pen, etc.
It's not.
I think you genuinely need something that you can also see the benefit of.
You
And
care about
otherwise
the
it's
product,
hard.
so
It would be hard to do it if you couldn't see the benefit yourself.
Lay on that. As I said, I sell water coolers, and I'm like, while I'm ringing people up saying, I don't care about this water cooler, man. I come to this job. Somehow this idiot's giving me a chance. It's actually, there's so much benefit for everyone, the drivers, the MCs. I don't feel like, I've been in sales job where I put commission on stuff and I feel like I'm robbing people or stuff like that. Like, you worked at car sales. But this is a product that I actually care about and I can see this going places.
It's helping other people out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good point. That. So again, you mentioned car sales. I did work in car
Anyone reckon it's in car sales?
And we used to be commissioned on selling paint protection and like an interior cough protection, and I just didn't believe in it. So like my percentages were always really low. So I'd be like, get rid of this. Like,
You don't need
let's sort the car out.
You can't sell
Get
something
the
you
money to
don't
work.
really
And I
believe
just
in.
didn't believe in the product. Whereas here, it's like I'm trying to give it on. I'm trying to educate on why it should be used and it should be in place, because I actually believe in what we're trying to achieve.
I don't believe it's selling, mate, because you're actually trying to help the business up in terms of
It's not really
you're
sales.
streamlining, you're helping them out, you're giving them time back to focus on growing their business. You also save them thousands of pounds on their bottom line. We help them grow their business.
Yeah.
So why would you not use Wise, guys?
I think another misconception is probably that you have to be maybe the loudest in the room. I mean, I probably don't sound the loudest in the room compared to you lot right now. But like, I was always really quiet growing up, but I don't think you always need to be loud. I think as long as you listen to your prospects, you listen to, you take in everything you're talking to about your prospects, you can genuinely help them. It doesn't need to be you're the most confident or you're the loudest.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people buy into you as a person instead of so if you come across like loudest, people, I wouldn't buy it for you. In general, and also a lot of misconceptions about people look at this and think it's a DOS job, I reckon. As in, yes, mate. As I said,
I always welcome people that if anybody would like to try sales.
this is what I'm
It's
getting,
actually so hard. I didn't realise how hard it was. I hated it. I hated it. I thought I can't do it.
Not everyone does it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a proper graft. Like the stuff that you two done, me and him have done it. You've been there. Like your job is hard. This is why you're terrible. No,
No, but it is the constant rejection as well, especially at our level. Like,
And every day.
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to get on
you
with.
have to build mentally to
Yeah.
do it. And like you generally are that. So,
It does make you resilient.
yeah,
I think so.
But then I feel like it also makes the rewards better.
Oh, 100%.
Actually, like
Yeah.
you booked like 5, you're having like a bad week, and it came to Friday, but 5 demos in one day. I was like, look, that's it, it'll change. You're like, look at me now.
Self flex.
Yeah,
Thanks, Tom.
little humble flex. I was trying to go, shout out like that.
Half paid.
Oh.
It's so good so far.
Right, we'll move on. So everybody has to give an answer for this one. So if your individual sales style was a movie character, who would it be? Amelia,
So smart.
who's your movie character?
I would say Miranda Priestley from Devil Wears Prada. Because, well, first of all, I'm watching Devil Wears Prada 2 tonight, so that was in my head. But second of all, I think she's quite, when it comes to cold calling, I'm quite probably similar to her character. I can be quite black and white and stern.
Useless.
This is the support we get from our management.
Yeah, isn't it
I'm
great?
drooling.
I think I can be quite black and white and stern when it comes on to a cold call. I think that I can be maybe harsh, but it's because I only want the outcome that I do, and I'm not going to back down to someone else telling me to go away. Or
And also, you're educating these people you're on the phone to. So you're actually doing them a favour, but they don't realise at the time.
yeah, they might be a bit
Standoffish or like,
yeah, but
I'll get it. If you rang me up, it's not the same.
Right, let's move on.
So who is your action hero? Like, what?
Action hero.
Who's your action?
I just have to go with someone blonde. So
Bobby.
have you? I was going to say that, but I think
You got Sammy Tan.
Elle Woods. What?
Who's that?
Elle Woods from Legally Blonde
Okay.
because she's quite underrated at the start.
A bit like you were.
I was absolutely rubbish for the first 3 months.
Rubbish shows.
Hardly nothing to show.
Fine.
I'm waiting for my big breakthrough.
So, you've had a few big demos recently. How would you get yourself hyped up before it?
Specifically, what song do you listen to before your big demo?
Take that, right, so for
I think the only song that I could ever listen to before a demo is either Keep Right On, Birmingham song that we should all know.
Can you sing it?
No.
No.
Or Shit on the Villa.
Okay. You're the only iced tea on the villa.
there we go.
They're my 2 songs that get me going before a demo.
And what about you, Tom?
Mine's a bit of made my own karaoke song, so Rock DJ by Robbie Williams.
Yeah?
So,
Please sing.
so I've changed it. My initials are TK, so it's now I don't wanna rock TK.
That's the
And then,
place.
yeah, I usually you two sing it to me. So,
Yes.
We are.
yeah, don't lie.
What about these pair?
Yeah.
Before booking a call? Well,
I don't. That's not really my style. I just no. I don't really.
Do you have a
listen to music
style?
before.
do not.
I've been told that I wore my dad's suit trousers today. So
Really, just Peter and she wearing crouchy trousers.
right, okay. The next question, which is the last one, is give me a 30-second elevator pitch for why somebody should come work in
Look
this
at us
team.
do it. That's all you need.
I'd just say after watching this, if people have watched it,
No.
is could work in part of this.
Look at it. I was from me doing that.
I'd just be careful because if SK's tyre pops in the morning, oh my God, you won't want to work through.
I wasn't very happy with that.
Wow. Oh, also, Amelia comes in on a Monday morning and you went,
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
Don't speak to me.
Hang on, this was meant to be a sell.
okay, anyway, generally, you go.
Listen, good company to work for. We're going go-kart
Great,
next week.
but go-karting, drink go-karting, go.
Drink go-kart.
Yeah.
If you like a drink.
We're selling a product that we all clearly believe in.
It's not selling the product. We're giving the product.
We
to
educate a product that should be used.
Yeah.
Software.
And look, it's good fun to work here.
And also, look how well we've done. We've got the carriers are buying into us. We're dealing, there's something going right in there. So, and also, why not come work with these two?
Beautiful.
These two.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
If that's your pooch.
I don't think that was very good.
But yeah,
Okay, I think
that's wise.
that sounds good.
Fantastic.
Right.
Oh,
Thanks,
look,
guys.
Thanks for not going to the arena.
Yay!